Great. I'm just so excited to be back at Brentwood. Every time I got to come to Brentwood to talk, I was always so excited because you people at Brentwood are so authentic, so open, so available, so willing to learn, to do, to grow, to be, to expand. And it was always such a fresh experience when I came there to connect with you as a person, as a being, as an open heart, a loving heart. So very grateful to be here. And as life would have it, the talk that I thought I was going to give is going to be different now that I've been on this last few minutes with Amy and with all of you. Because if you can see, if you did see, right on the side of Amy's head is a sign in your church that says, "It's well with my soul." It is well with my soul. And since I've been very fascinated with the soul realm for many, many years and trying to investigate what does that really mean, that I have a soul, and then this soul somehow is in this human experience where I have a body now. So does that body have a soul? And is everything happening on this earth plane because of some random something? Or why did my soul come here to this planet? And so that question has been with me so many years. I could probably tell you it wasn't there in my childhood or my teenage years. But once I grew up about 21 and some traumas started happening to me, and then I wasn't so sure that I wanted to be the soul that came to experience the things that were happening in my life. Have you ever thought that, well, the things that are happening in my life, did I sign up for these? Like, this could not be happening, right? That I would choose to go through something that doesn't feel good, that may have been painful, that may have included a lot of loss and then grief, maybe tragedy. And so I've grappled with that for many years, deeply and inwardly. And so my talk today is about that. It is well with my soul. How to have what's here in your life become well with you. So if we start out with the conclusion, it is well with my soul, which is on the wall of your spiritual center. If we start out with, oh, that's the ultimate reality. It is well with my soul. Then comes in the other part, well, but I have this human body and there's loss, there's death, I'm only here for a certain amount of time. I don't like what's happening. I mean, there's all this stuff. And yes, I teach people how to digest the things that happen in life, which means we make room in here to be with them long enough that there's a digestion process going on. Now, we're going to look into that in the workshop and much more. But what is the most important thing is to find out, why is this happening in your life? This tragedy, this ill health, this short life, this losing your child. I mean, there's so many things that are just, from the physical point, just almost unbearable. And some people don't and can't bear them, and they leave. And I can tell you that all is still well with their soul. And all is still well with the soul of the person that came to have a shorter life, that came to have a violent end, that came to have whatever that soul directed to have happen when you decided to take the risk to come down to this very strange place called Earth, where there's a physical, everything seems really real and that it's just physical, and we walk through that doorway, and and purposefully the soul is saying, I need to experience this kind of experience, and because what I'm going to get out of it is a deeper knowing of my eternality, my eternal beingness, my eternal life of love, of beauty, of power, of limitless beingness. So the soul is saying, there's a chunk down here that I didn't really get. I couldn't get love in that chunk, that piece. All I felt was loss. So I'm going to come to the earth and I'm going to experience something here on the earth plane that I'm going to get another opportunity to experience that loss, that grief, that anger, that whatever it is, that separation, that disease, and hopefully this time I'll be able to embody something bigger than I was another time. I'll be able to get a hold of something so precious that I won't lose it in the experience of being a human being. So when I talk about losing, I'm talking about really what's going on with your life right now, or maybe what happened in the past that still has a mark, like a shadow that's always here. It's dampened your energy down, or it's created some kind of holding back from the light and the love that you are, that you could be sharing with everyone at every second, that you could be available for life. So I want to share what happened to me. I was living in California quite happily, and then I started to have some memory problems. And then I started to have some cognition problems. And then I started to have some energy, like fatigue problems. And I, of course, went to every doctor. Then I went to every holistic doctor, the Ayurvedic, the this, the that, the other. I got all the tests, and then more tests and more tests and more tests. And all of it was like, well, you're just fine. You're just where you should be. And I'm just so mad. I'm mad about it because nobody gets it. They don't get that something very different has just happened to me within the side of 2 years, that some faculties have changed in a way I don't want them to change. So I started working out 2 years ago and well, I always ate good, so that wasn't a problem. And did everything I could. I prayed about it. Everything at all. Over and over and over. And then one day, with my business partner, Judy Cameron, who's also here, she asked me, as we were doing some emotional freedom technique, she said, what is here for you? Like, why do you think your soul has bought into some of this? Like, what is here for you? And I thought, the first thought was, I'd been tracking those lines and I'd not really been able to get much. But my first thought was, oh, how could anything be here for me when so much is against me? Have you ever felt like that? Like it's all stacked up and it's impossible to get over it. But what I got, my deepest wish for my entire adult life is to be able to be the love to people that they need to be to themselves, so that people can really see and feel it and know it's in them. To be the acceptance, to be the openness, to be the availability. That's been my deepest dream for many, many years. And what I heard when Judy asked me that question from my soul was that I'm going to be deeper, more deeply connected, more knowing of my mission of what I'm to give while I'm here. As I lose these faculties, that there's something that's going to come, and it had been coming. This knowingness beyond a method to know. This beingness deeper than words. This availability to, well, what's my next thought or next step now, Spirit? This suddenly the dross had been washed away with this memory loss, cognition loss. It was like clearing the path for me to be so authentically present in the love, the light of the divine, that when I checked in with my soul, it's like, hey, I'm great. I'm great. If you could just let it be okay. You, Laura, in your dream that you asked for most of the days of your adult life was to be able to be that in your life. That is happening. Now, if you had to lose a little cognition, if you had to lose a little energy and you had to lose a little memory, would that be okay for a while? To allow this soul depth that you've been praying for most every day, would that be okay if that non-essential thing left for a while? And I'm like, it'd be more than okay. It'd be more than okay because there's more of me here already. There's more of me here. Now, this digestion of information didn't happen overnight. And I fought it for 2 years, sort of knowing, well, your soul's choosing here, your soul's choosing, but not knowing, well, what is it choosing? Is it choosing just that I could bear a life without these faculties? No. When I heard it in here, and this is what we're going to be doing in the workshop, when I heard it in here, I knew it to be true. And there's something in your life, that may be lying dormant, undigested from the past, that's kind of rotting in the corner and bringing down your vibrational quality. That is the life that you're here to express. That is the love that you're here to give. That is the sustenance that, like a good meal with people, that you came to share. And each of us came to share some sustenance, not just to be a victim or to be some unhappy, unfulfilled person, but each soul has come to do something that only it knows will fulfill it. And in the course of it being fulfilled, people are touched in ways we don't know what that is. We don't know how they'll be touched because it's not ours to know. It's theirs to know. It's ours to know is, what about the life that I have or that you have? What about the worst part of that life? What is that trying to drive out of me? What divine quality, what thing you yearned for your whole life, like a way to be in the world, what is trying to be driven into your awareness that you have it? And I encourage you to listen deeply. I mean, why lose your cognition and your memory and some energy to be able to finally ask the question? I mean, ask it early, and we will be asking it in the workshop. So what does the being want? The being wants meaning. The being wants meaning. The soul has come to get that meaning. The soul's cloaked itself in a body, and now here you are, and very often we think, oh, we're just our body, because we're in the land of amnesia. That's called the planet Earth. So we're in the land of amnesia. We've forgotten that we're soul. But the knowingness of soul is always here. It's always here. And it's just this far away because you have to like want to connect with it. We have to like come to a place of willingness to be able to hear. Now, is it going to talk to us without a question? Well, good luck. Maybe so, maybe not. But with a question and with an openness, there's a knowingness that comes. That is the soul. That is, heck no. I don't mind losing those things if I'm going to be that which I came to be. The years are moving on. I'm going to be it before I leave. And if I get to a place where I can't utter a word, believe me, my soul will be shining and healing people as I see them on the sidewalk. I mean, that's what I came to be. And there is no way that I'm going to fail, is what something in me knows, that if I'm going through what I'm going through, it's going to be worth my while. And your life, no matter what has gone on, no matter what you've lost or gained or lost and gained again, no matter what your health has done or not done, no matter who stayed in your life and who left in your life and how that felt, your soul is choosing to give you an opportunity, a brilliant opportunity to know something deeper in your soul than you've ever known. And just take that in. Your soul is choosing to know something deeper in your life than you've ever known, something only meaningful to you and how you want to be as a shining soul in the world, in the galaxy, in the life itself. So let's just take a breath into that. Just take a breath into that. And allow yourself to feel yourself sitting or standing right where you are. Right where you are. Feeling supported beneath your feet, beneath wherever you're sitting. And invite yourself to know. Just a gentle invitation to know that whatever's happened in your life, whatever is still happening in your life, whatever might happen in your life in the future, decide if you're willing to let the soul lead. Like, am I willing, no matter what, am I willing to let the soul lead so that my soul, my beingness can gain what it knows it needs to gain? Am I willing? It doesn't mean that you're happy with what's here. It doesn't mean you're sad with what's here. It just means that you know there's something more going on for you, for your good, for your deepest delight, whether that be in the moment or a bit later. Like, would you be willing to accept that? And placing your own hand over your heart or your chest right now, just allowing yourself to invite integration in invite your soul to continue, because it always is communicating with you, but I guess it's more we're inviting ourselves to be open to listen to the purpose of the soul in this life for you. And as you sit right here, right now, just allowing any resistance to kind of drop away. You know, if you kind of like you have a heavy overcoat on, just letting it drop to the floor and just kind of breathing in a natural, easy way, like, oh, okay, I could just open. I could just open to this and allow my natural soul, human mind communication to be here. To allow the question to come. Gosh, if this life has been here for me to drive something out of me that I so very much wanted to be, become, express, what would I have paid any sum of money for to get? What would I have paid anything to get? What quality? What reality embodied? What soul quality did you really come to develop? And let yourself receive that right now. What soul quality, through the hardships, through the trials, were you each moment trying to develop, trying to get a hold of? Let that come to you. Who did you come to be? Who did you come to be? What did you come to be to another? And letting yourself receive that, and really thanking yourself for being willing to hear. And whether you heard something internally or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is the opening of the soul to you, saying, oh, she's getting more on board, he's getting more on board. We can do it more together instead of this toss and turn and struggle. So I invite you to know that whether you know it or you don't know it, or you remember it or you don't remember it, that all is well with your soul right now. Much love and deepest blessings. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Laura, for that beautiful message, reminder. I have so many thoughts. You said something along these lines, to ask in this moment of this experience, what divine quality is wanting to emerge, and then just allowing that space for that to happen. Such a beautiful reminder. And it got me thinking, a couple of years ago, I was in a shop, and the shop owner, we had a conversation, and then a couple of days later I was back there, and it didn't seem like she remembered me at all, and that was actually the case. And so somehow she maybe saw in my face that I was like questioned, and she said, oh, well, you might want to know I have some memory issues. And so she kind of explained things to me that she doesn't always remember much from recent. She has memories from her childhood, but not recent. And so bits and pieces, but that's why if we had a conversation, I don't remember it. And I mean, it just struck me so deeply, like, wow, what would that be like to not hold any memory of something that annoyed you, or somebody said something, that how we tend to do it in our minds, hold on to things, and it got me thinking about a lot of what you spoke to today. And wow, how powerful. And thank you for being so authentic and transparent and sharing your heart and soul. And we appreciate that. I find that when we show up authentically and we open the space for others to do that. And so thank you for opening that space for others to share. And let me check in here. I saw a few comments coming in. Dave says, wow, Laura, thank you for our soul perspective on lessening of my cognitive ability over the past few years. You remind me that the mind is not really who I am, while my mind strongly disagrees. My experience of life is just different. And maybe even creating an opportunity open more to silence, peace, my soul. Thank you. He says, thank you. Much gratitude. Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Dave. Luenda says, beautiful reminder, Laura, that I am much deeper than my past experiences, losses, and errors. Beverly says, thank you so much, Laura, for that most spirited and soulful message. Yeah, lots of gratitude here. Amazing. Karen says, amazing. Christy says, thank you. Dennis says, thank you. Yes, beautiful, beautiful soul message for us this morning. Jan says, Laura, your message is exactly what I needed to hear today. Never any mistakes or coincidences, right, Jan? Yeah, beautiful message for us that we are so, so deeply appreciative of. So we are going to jump into a workshop in half an hour. So everybody plan to be there. The link is on our homepage at brentwoodilc.org. Jump in there at 11:30. Laura has something very wonderful planned for us. I'll also drop the link here beneath this. Well, actually, it'll come above this Facebook Live when we log off. So either way, you can jump in there with us. We so appreciate you joining us this morning, Laura. Your message is so, so heartwarming. It is well with my soul. Isn't that something that is always an appreciated reminder in life? Very much so. Thank you. Nancy says, this message will help me move on into whatever is to come. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, Laura. How can everybody find you if they want to connect with you or know more?
Yes. Right now, because Judy and I are working together, we've got some great things happening, so they're on their way. But if you want to just write me at taylorlaura@mac.com, I can hook you up with the latest workshop, with the latest things that we're doing on Zoom. Judy, my business partner, is a Qigong master and an EFT master like myself, so amongst other things. So it's Taylor, TAYLOR, LAURA at mac.com.
If somebody wrote that down, would you mind putting that in the chat right now?
Sure, yeah.
There. Well, somebody on here probably can, or maybe Judy, if Judy's on there.
Yeah, Judy, we'll let Judy do that. She may have other ways to connect with us too. It's just been just incredibly wonderful, the results and the higher state of joyful beingness that people are getting out of the workshops. So yes.
Beautiful, Laura, beautiful. Yeah, let's get that linked here in the comments. Kathy says, Laura, what a great message for all of us at this difficult time. Helps me feel more positive about the limitations I'm facing as I get older. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing. Yes, we so very much appreciate you. So everybody jump into the workshop. I have a feeling it's going to be transformational. So be there at 11:30. Looking forward to seeing everybody over there. Thank you, Jan. Jan put the link there. But Judy, if you have anything else, go ahead and feel free to drop it in there. Kalyani says, so happy to be part of our gathering. Beautiful, important message, Laura. Thanks for all the warm comments. Yes, thank you for being here with us, Kalyani. We love you. Laura, thank you. You are a blessing, such a blessing to us this morning, and we are so very, very appreciative.
Thank you, Amy. Just so thrilled to be with your group again.
I know.
I always loved the energy of coming to your place. It's just so exciting.
Yes, I reached out to Laura.
Freeing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. I like that feeling here.
Yes, yes.